Is it possible to parachute from the absolute northernmost point of Los Santos to the absolute southernmost point? Today, we're going to be answering that question. Starting off at the very, very, very top of the map on this little island, cannot get more north than that. We're going to start here and we are going to elevate ourselves all the way to the top of the skybox. The plan is we take the helicopter to the roof of the playable skybox, which is 8,100 feet high, just above this most northern piece of land in the game. Then we jump and open the parachute as quickly as possible. The goal is to reach the airport hangar at Los Santos International Airport. Can it be done? I have no idea. I was just messing around thinking, can we take a jump from the top of Mount Chiliad and make it to the city? And I was thinking, well, that's good, but what about clearing the entire island? So here's our starting location, and we'll be going all the way down. If I can get somewhere around about the hangar, that's good enough for me. Just put it behind the hangar. Doesn't get more southern than that, I believe. So here we are. You can see 8,100 feet, and we're out. Technically, we started about, I don't know, 200 meters more northern than the northernmost island. So already we've got a little bit of leeway here. Now we are going to be parachuting for a very long time. So sit back and relax. Luckily I had passive mode on because this is a public lobby and there was a lot of people, as you'll see, flying around in all kinds of different planes. And of course you've got your Mark II scum as well. So it was a dangerous one, but with passive mode, no problem. Now you can see on the mini-map, we are just about to start going over the main island here. Still haven't got there, been in the sky for a little bit already. And now we are just on the main island. And I thought, why have I got a star? I'm 8,000 feet above sea level. Why have I got a star? Well, of course, you jump out of a moving helicopter. It's got to go somewhere. And that somewhere was probably on someone's head. Okay, I fast forwarded 5 minutes to this video because it was just this. But now if you look at the minimap, I expand it finally. And we are just at that river that comes out of the Alamo Sea. Just where Derailed happens in the single player. So we've already gone well past Chiliad. And as you can see, we are still way above the clouds. Right at this point, I'm thinking this is going to be a piece of cake. This is going to be easy. Later, kind of felt a different way about it. But we're still way above the clouds. We can't see anything. Nothing spawning in. All I can see is just this glorious skybox. Then finally I thought, I'll look behind myself, and there it is. The first piece of land we can properly see since I jumped out of the helicopter. There's Mount Chiliad, and it's so nice to see Mount Chiliad so far in the distance. That kind of gives me a better idea of just how far we've come. Ever since we jumped out of the helicopter, we have been way above the clouds, and to see Chiliad that far back was definitely making me believe. Skipping forward a few minutes, you can see the plane right below me. Silhouette just through the clouds there. Luckily, passive mode was on. They're probably looking for me. Like, where is this guy? But they don't expect me to be like 7,500 feet in the air. Pretty happy with where we are. We are just about able to see the city there. Through the clouds, it's looking pretty good. I'm feeling quite confident, although if you look where the airport kinda should be, we do have a long way to go. We can see again Mount Chiliad in the background, and suddenly that Mount Chiliad in the background is not way below us in the distance. It's kinda in line with us, maybe even a little higher than us, and yeah, that's not good to see. You can see on the minimap now we are, well, you can just see from looking down, we're just about to enter the city, kinda in the Hollywood Hills-ish, that kind of area, and it's not going to be long before we are level with the Maze Bank Tower that's just below that bottom level of clouds there. I was starting to think this is not going to go well because we can't actually even see the airport. It's that far away. The airport is a long way and we are falling fast. So I decided to pull up and see if this will do anything. Put on my green smoke just because I can. And yeah, Chiliad now, I think Chiliad is above us, and it's pretty good to look back and see just how far we've come. But this is looking a little sketchy. Okay, now we're like just getting to the point where we're above Franklin's house. It's looking a little sketchy. I'll admit, it's looking a little sketchy. For those asking, why do these challenges? Well, here on this channel, we like to play games wrong, we like to break games, or we like to do both. You can check out the channel if you enjoyed this and see all the ridiculous challenges I've tried from Red Dead, LA Noire, GTA, and a whole bunch more, as I try to play them as they are not intended, or to ask the questions no one is asking. Like, no one asked, can you parachute from one side of the map to the other? Probably because the answer is no. Or is it? Because we're looking pretty good right now. Not physically, our guy's looking pretty crazy with his Epsilon gear, but it's challenge is possible. We can now see the airport pretty well. Skipping forward a minute here, and I'm now in full brace position. My goal here is if I can just make it to the sand, if I can just make it to the beach outside of the airport, I'll take it. There is a beautiful, beautiful sight. Seeing Mount Chiliad in the background there, and we are way, way below the top of Mount Chiliad now. We have come a long way. It has been quite the experiment, and accidentally started pressing the R1 and L1 buttons there, and don't know if that hurt me a little bit, but need to realign myself and a little bit more green smoke just to let people know as someone coming in hot here. Going forward another minute, and suddenly I'm believing. It looks like we're going up, if anything. I guess it's just because there isn't more city to come. We are lined up, locked in, and aiming straight for the airport. It looks like we're gonna make it. It looks like we're gonna make it. This is a point where I am so glad I have passive mode on, because there was so many people flying around. You can see on the minimap there. Wait, no, that's my oppressor on the minimap. Never mind. But there was some oppressors buzzing around. I think we're about to see a couple more. Airport always is a popular place for dickheads to go, and that's why I'm heading there. As we approach the airport grounds, you can see on the minimap there are two oppressors right below me. Look on the minimap, just coming in hot. Are they above me? Are they below me? I couldn't really get a good look, but they're so small. Two oppressors, and I was thinking, if I had done this without passive mode, I would be on fire on the ground right now. So glad I put passive mode on before I started this little venture. Now I could just go straight up the runway as I was heading and hit the sand that way at the southernmost point of the island. But I was like, no, I'm gonna attack this little. Ignore that. That's just some nonsense. This game wants you to fuck with people who are delivering stuff. Don't do that. Just let them deliver it. And you can see the silhouette outline of a plane taking off on the runway there as well. So much traffic going on here, but we're aiming for that back. What do you call those things? Back hangars. That's the word. Aiming for that back hangar, and I'm now thinking we ain't gonna make it. For the longest time, I've been pretty optimistic about our chances, but now I'm thinking, yeah, we ain't making that waypoint. But then I remembered when we jumped out of the plane, way back when, if you go look at that clip, where as soon as we jump out of the plane, we're actually about 200 meters north of the northernmost island. So I'm going to give myself a bit of leeway here, and if we can get anywhere near this hangar, that's a win in my book. As we come in, that is pretty good. I was over the moon that we managed to parachute across the entire map, bar the last like 100 meters or so, but we'll leave that. It's my video, my rules. So we did it. So I'm just extremely happy we managed to get this far. There was the waypoint, but close enough. Very happy with this. If you want to try it yourself, go ahead. This is all done in one take, but I just cut some of the boring bits out just to speed the video along. This is where we were meant to take off from. Actually, it was a little bit more north than that. But from this island all the way down to roughly here. Well, there. We managed to get away with parachuting. Thankfully, passing mode was on. So to answer the question, can it be done? Kinda. I'm going to say yes. If you did enjoy this video, please give me a like and a subscribe. And remember, click on the channel name and you'll see a whole bunch of other challenges we've done in Rockstar Games. And I'll see you on the next one.